have figured out. We will see if I actually get audio this time, because that really is the only thing that was going wrong, is I didn't have audio that whole time. The only thing that was going wrong is that... Oh man, let's go. Put on a little chill music. Put on a little. Okay, I might need to go a little louder. See if I can hear it now. Okay, so it's kind of quiet, but that's okay. I'm going to turn it up on here a bit more. There we go. Okay, I think we're up and running. Holy moly, we finally got it going. That's fantastic. So, this is finally up and running. Finally got things going with my audio. Finally got things going visually. Things look good. Yeah, this is fantastic. My intention with this is I'm going to start doing this. I want to do it on Sundays, like as a Sunday night thing. I don't know how, like what time I'm looking at yet. I gotta think that over. But that would be pretty cool if I could do something like that. And then, yeah, I'm hoping that we can get some people in here to chat about aromantic topics, to chat about asexual topics. Kind of just a vibe. Catch some Pokemon, do some Go Battle League. I'm going to do some Go Battle League in a moment. As soon as I clear out these here Pokemon with all of these adorable Pokemon Day hats. Eevee over here. Gotta get this one over here. I mean, it's not going to be anything too fancy. It's going to be me playing Pokemon, chatting with y'all, and I mean, it'll be fun. Because I love Pokemon. I love being able to interact with my community. And if I can combine those two things, this is going to be really excellent. That said, let's do some Go Battle League. I typically play the Great League. I compete in Pokemon Regional Championships and Pokemon Go challenges. I have a Go challenge coming up this weekend I'm going to be competing in. I did not have good luck with that team, with the Carbink, Cresselia, and Sandslash. I have my core 6 that I play with right now. Let's see, what am I feeling right now? Medi, Cresselia, and Swampert. Let's do that. Let's run that. I have competed at a couple of regional championships, not to too much success. Oh, we got Trevenant. Okay. Yeah, that's not great for me. And really, that's not a great matchup for me either way. Cresselia is really the only one that can take a hit from it. That's all right, though. And even that doesn't take too much of a good hit, because Swampert isn't going to do jack against it, unfortunately. Shield up here. But yeah, I competed at This season I competed at Peoria. Last year I competed in Milwaukee. I did get a win in each. Oh, wow, he didn't shield. Let's go. That's surprising. She didn't shield that. I don't really understand why in that case. All right, I'm going to shield just because I had stuff stored up. I'm going to get to 2 grass knots here. There we go. There's numero uno. You know what? No, dang it. I was trying to throw him off with Future Sight there. I just didn't get it. You can see I clicked it. But it is what it is. I still got it. Okay. They'll probably shield here, I would assume. Because they've been really... Wow. Are they trying to beat me no shield? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. I don't know that I would go with that. Alright, I'm just going to hit some hydro pumps and take this thing out. Hydro cannon, let's go. They switched to a Azumarill. Of course they did. That's alright. Wouldn't have mattered because they just haven't used a shield yet. This was not a good lineup against this team, and I could tell pretty much right away. It happens. How's everybody's night going so far? Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. This is my first stream I've been able to actually get up and running. They got their attack off. Dang it. Yeah, of course. Let's throw Ice Punch in there. This one's pretty much a lost cause. It is what it is. I really haven't played much this season, to be honest. I've just been very busy this season, so I'm a little out of practice. But I am going to be competing in a Go Challenge this weekend. So I'm just trying to warm myself back up. Yeah, I played a lot last season, but this season just not much at all. Which line should we go with? I mean, I'm not having much luck right now. I kind of feel like Cress is messing me up right now. Which is weird because usually my Cresselia is like goated. Alright, we're going with the Carbink Medicham line here with the Shadow Alolan Sandslash in the back. Okay. Quagsire's a weird one to throw out here right now against Carbink. It's probably going to use... Oh, it went with Earthquake. Yep. Glad I shielded there. Switch it up. Get that safe swap in. There we go. Again, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate the support. I want to do this every Sunday. Today is Pokemon Day, though. It's the 28th anniversary of the release of Pokemon Red and Green in Japan. If you didn't know, America, here we had Red and Blue were the original 2 games. But in Japan, it was actually Red and Green. My understanding is that it was like they decided they didn't think that the American market was going to be into green. So they decided we're going to do blue instead. I don't know if it's because of like the cannons on Blastoise's back. They thought, oh, America, they'll like the cannons or something. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I will be honest. Me personally, out of the two, Blastoise is a bigger deal to me than Venusaur. But I still have much love for Venusaur. So I don't really have an issue with either one. Wow. Alright. Yeah. That's kind of a bummer because that would have been a great matchup there for me. It's still weakened the Greninja significantly, though, so that's great. Love to see that. I'm just going to throw this in here. Get a nice punch in. Good. Got to waste its last attack. That's important because that charged move is Dunzo. And their last shield, also Dunzo. For this right here. And that's the dub. There we go. That's more like it. That's what we like to see. Excellent. It was kind of a miserable set for me, to be honest. Yeah, see, I'm only ranked 6 right now. I did not play much this season, and it's the end of the season. But I'm just trying to get back into practice. I'm trying to run some and get myself back into practice. I'll run that same team, though. I like that team. Oh, okay. Altaria. Altaria dies to everything in my line. Altaria faints to everything I've got going. So I'm going to make the safe swap here. I can take a water pulse, that's fine. Hit it with a power-up punch. Just to throw this guy off his game. This time I'm gonna shield up. Gotta protect the Medi. I'm gonna throw that ice punch now. I love the power-up punch and the ice punch on my Medicham. Boom. There we go. And that being really the only threat to Medicham and to Carbink especially. I mean, we don't know what they've got in the back, so I'm not going to psych myself out too much here. Why did they not shield that? They had to know what was coming. Alright, I'm not going to shield here. I'm going to save that last shield. But, like, why? What are they... Like, what are they doing? Especially because, like, Carbink is, like, loaded and charged here. See what they do here, and then I'll decide what my next move is. They did shield. Okay. Yeah, I'll use my last shield there. We're going to go for this Moonblast here. Got the excellent. Boom! Oh, I just realized it's a shiny Sylveon. That's cool. And there's the dub. This team is running 2-0 for me right now. Welcome in. It looks like somebody just joined. Hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Pokemon Day. Today's the 28th anniversary of Pokemon launching in Japan with red and green. Very awesome. So we're just running some practice. I have not played much this season. I actually just hit rank 6. So that said, though, this was just a very busy season for me, so I haven't had a chance to play much. I am typically a PvP player, though. I'm not going to shield that. I'm a little surprised I didn't get to my move there. Let me turn down the music a bit. It's a little loud. Let's make that safe swap now. There we go. Not gonna burn through that shield. They went with the Frostless. I actually used a Frostless in the Pokemon Regional Championship in Milwaukee last year. It didn't do a whole lot for me, to be honest. It was okay, but like, I wound up getting some stuff I'm more comfortable with in the time after. All right, here we go, Carbank. I tried to farm just a little too much. It's okay, though. There we go. There goes the Frostlass. They had the Scrafty, huh? Okay. I have no shields left. And they've got both of theirs. Scrafty players, man, I've run into a handful of them over the years, and Scrafty's an interesting Pokemon to play with, because like, people got different ideas of how they want to use it. Yeah, this hurts. This hurts. This is the first L for this squad for the night. Yikes. I'll keep running it, though. It's still 2-1 for the night. Boy, you don't see a lot of Hypnos. That's interesting. Well, I guess at this stage, I mean, I'm only ranked 6 this season, so I really let this season get away from me. I was too focused on XP grinding, and I mean, there's so many different components to Pokemon Go. It's one of the reasons I love Pokemon Go. There's so many different ways to play, and there's so many different things to do. You know, yes, I'm a PvP player, but I'm also very much so a XP grinder. I gotta get this lantern out of here before too long. My Carbink is not going to do well against it. I was already starting to see that a little bit. I got to protect. Use a shield here. Get another Ice Punch in. Yeah. Nope. Now I'm going to hit that power-up punch, though, because now he's got no shield. And I can get to it quick. At least it gets a little damage on him. Alright, we're going to go with Sand Slash. There we go. And ready with the next. Yeah, we're just going to use Ice Punch. So he's got no shield anyway. Save that Drill Run in case we need it. There we go. And we don't actually need it. They went with Skarmory. Here we go with Ice Punch. Boom. Nice hit. Another Ice Punch. And I love this Shadow Alolan Sand Slash so much. I love using it. I wouldn't necessarily call it like my signature mon, but I love being able to use it. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to use the shield here just because I can. Wouldn't have done much anyway. And there's the dub. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you so much for being here. We're running Pokemon Go. We're doing some Go Battle League tonight. I have a tournament on Saturday. I'm playing in a Go Challenge. So I'm just trying to get warmed up. I did not play much this season. Like, it really got away from me. I didn't even really play much on Go Battle Day, to be honest. Just had a lot going on. So just trying to get back into the swing of things. All right, I'm going to charge up my Carbink before I'm making that switch. There we go. Perfect timing. Bold move. Bold move. They made the swap out to Cresselia. What they don't know is that I happen to be a Cresselia user myself, so I know this mon inside and out. It's just too bad that neither of my attacks are really going to do much to it, and I've already made a swap. My Grass Knot wasn't going to do a whole lot, but and there's the Future Sight. Of course it is. We're going to go with Drill Run. That's all right. I have to shield here because I don't want to run the risk of having, because I messed up my count there, so I wasn't quite sure what they were going to throw at me. There's the Drill Run. I'm surprised they didn't shield. They had to know. They had to know I was going to hit something there. Yeah, but now this brings back out that Whiscash, which is the whole reason I brought out Medicham in the first place. So that is unfortunate for me. It's not the end of the road. It's not the end of the road. Still got the Carbink in the back. It's not a favorable matchup, but we'll see if I can get to something. Oh, man. Of course, they've got a Dugong in the back. So that's not going to do anything to it. And even if I can get through the Dugong, he's still got the Whiscash. Yeah, I don't feel good about this one. I'll get through the Dugong, I'm pretty sure. Carbink really does get to that rock slide so quick. So quick. Figured I'd farm down, get the moon blast. So I don't think Rock Slide's really going to do much. He had shield anyway. It didn't matter. It was a question of, is he going to shield or not? And he did. GG's. GG's. As an aroace person, I feel so seen. Well, thank you. It means a lot to me. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I plan on doing more of these. I'm thinking like Sunday nights as a regular thing. Maybe one other night a week. I haven't decided what that other night's going to be, but I'm thinking Sundays, maybe Thursdays and Sundays. But today's Pokemon Day, so I wanted to do my first one today and, make it special. I thought that would be a lot of fun. They're going to hit me with that Hydro Cannon again. There it is. Yep. But yeah, that means so much to me. Thank you. That really is like one of the biggest reasons why I do my content, is because I didn't know what asexuality was or aromanticism were until I was 28, when I realized that I didn't quite function like everybody else's. Well, I shouldn't say like everybody else. Like allonormative people. Like allosexuals. And then it was another 3 years roughly until I started really looking into aromanticism. So I did a lot of learning real quick, but also it was like having a lot of catching up to do in my mind. I know it really wasn't that I had to catch up to anyone. I know that there's no such thing as being too late to figuring it out, but it really was like in my head, look at all this time that I had lost, right? And I just kind of wanted to make up for that somehow. And so being able to talk about it on my videos and on streams like this means so much to me, to be able to help people not go through it alone like I did, and be able to have people to talk to. Shiny Beedrill, that's interesting. Was that thing shadow too? I didn't catch it quick enough. I don't even think, can it be shiny? I don't know if Shadow Beedrill... Oh, he just gave up. He's letting me attack. I mean, I'll take the win, but... Yeah, he DFK'd. Like I said, I'll take it. I'll take the free Pokemon, too, while I'm at it. See what they're giving us. Yeah, a Machoke. Okay. I mean, I have plenty of Machoke candy, but... I was aroace a few years ago. So nice to see more people talking about it. I agree. I really agree. Because it was such a learning process for me. And I think one of the biggest reasons why I didn't figure it out sooner was because the first time that I actually heard about it, it was in such a negative light. I've talked about this a couple of times in my videos. The first time I heard about asexuality, it was from a girl that I'd known since sophomore or freshman year of high school, who I'd been friends with on MySpace all the way through high school, all the way through most of college. And then suddenly she was like into me. And I didn't really understand how that all worked. And I get really strong platonic attraction to like queer platonic levels for a lot of my friends. And that's one of the reasons why figuring out being aromantic was so difficult for me, because it felt like it was romantic love and what people were describing as romantic love. I didn't want the romantic stuff with them. So for me, that's why it was difficult. But with her, I thought I wanted something with her because I felt that really strong platonic attraction like I feel for some people. But in her case, it was one of those situations where I knew she didn't want anything but physical with me. And that wasn't something that I was looking for. But I still tried to like talk about it with her. And I still, oh man, that wasn't good. But so after a while, she just got like fed up with me about it. And she said to me, look, you keep changing your mind on this. You have to make up your mind. What do you want? And I said, well, I want to be around you and be with you. I don't know what that looks like for me physically, but I want you in my life. And she's like, but we are animalistic beings and have these innate desires. And if you don't want those things, then you're asexual. And for me, it was if you're not this, then you're this. And going to something I'd never heard of that scared me. Especially because I knew that if I was anything other than what she wanted me to be, that was probably going to be the end of not only if there was going to be a romantic anything, but also the end of any platonic relationship that we had. And unfortunately, I was right. We talked one more time after that, and then she ghosted me after being friends for nearly a decade. And it really sucked because like that's not how you treat people. Especially if all of a sudden you present this possible orientation to them. And why would you if you don't want to actually help them figure it out? But that's how it went down. And it is what it is. It was now over 10 years ago that happened. So I think I've come a long, long way since then. And I've learned to really like who I am now. And I'm glad for that. Like, yeah, that did cause a lot of pain at the time. But I've since learned a lot from it. And again, that's part of why I do what I do. Because having been through experiencing that towards myself and really just being awful to myself for so long, I learned I can either continue down this path or I can take what I've learned, learn to like it about myself, learn to find the positives, learn to accept myself as I am. And then it became, okay, I've done that. How can I help other people to never go through the stages that I went through? And that's what I'm trying to do. All while playing Pokemon, of course. Interesting they went to the Deoxys here, because Carbink is still doing quite well here, but I'm going to block it anyway. They went with Thunderbolt. Interesting. Yes, always while playing Pokemon. I mean, how can I be the very best aroace that I can be to myself if I can't be the very best like no one ever was, and catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause? You know what I mean? It's also fun to just show like my more relaxed side, because I haven't really been able to do much of that on my videos yet. I really want to get to this Moonblast. I'm going to block here. Well, at least they're out of shields too. I think we're going to go with the Medi. I was considering some graphics for thumbnails for these streams, and I was kind of thinking maybe I would do like an Aerodactyl and a Cinderace. I know Cinderace isn't actually in Pokemon Go yet, which is extremely frustrating to me because Cinderace was my starter in Shield. But it'd be kind of cool to have Cinderace, since to me, like, the name's right there. I have to use it somehow. And then Aerodactyl. Thank you so much. Honestly, that means so much to me. I really only started making videos last June, and like the end of June at that. Before that, I was doing a lot of writing on Twitter. But I could feel the shift of negative energy coming into Twitter, and I wanted to find a new platform to try out. And so some of my early stuff, I was really just trying to figure out, what am I even doing? But I think eventually I started to find my style and things that I like doing. I like having some chill music in the background. Even right now, I don't know how loud it is, but I'm playing some lo-fi in the background. Just because that's my personality. I like to listen to music just as I'm doing pretty much anything. And I'm not a big fan of like listening to the sound of my voice alone. Like, I'm sure I sound fine, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's me. So it seems weird when I hear myself. Like, I know I'm my own worst critic, but my old videos before I started using music just feel kind of cringy to me now. And not even in a bad way, just in like I was still learning. I was still figuring out what I wanted this to look like. I don't see a lot of Slowbros in Great League. This is an interesting one. throw out the Medicham. It's going to finish it off anyway. At least then I can start farming down. And a slow... What is this person running? If they throw a slow poke at me, If it's a slow poke in the back, I don't know what is happening right now. I mean, they clearly have their favorite family, you know? And I don't hate it. I kind of find it fun when you can put together a Pokemon family or a theme like that. I was actually going through some of my Great League ready Pokemon and trying to find some sort of aroace related theme that I could run for these streams, but I figured, you know, I am competing in a tournament this weekend. I want to get the practice in with the Pokemon that I use. In fairness, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use the Pokemon I'm using tonight in that tournament, because it really depends on what the move changes are this week. If you don't know, this week we are seeing a completely new season in Pokemon Go, starting on Friday. So maybe tomorrow or Thursday they're going to announce if there's going to be any sudden move changes. Oh, that's right. They had the Drift Blim. I forgot about that. So some of my Pokemon might get nerfed before Saturday, which would be unfortunate considering I have a tournament and I'm trying to get ready for it. But thankfully I've got backup stuff that I can use if I need to. Oh, the Swampert. A standard of the Great League. Glad I made the switch there. I do run a Swampert as well, though I don't really enjoy running Swampert, to be honest. Oh, Purified Golbat. That's actually interesting. My defense fell, though. That's not great. I imagine they're going to shield here. Yep. Oh, yeah. Because I knew exactly what move I wanted there. You know what? I'm not going to shield here because I already have the same exact move on right here on my Alolan Sandslash. I'm going to throw that Ice Punch now. Nope. I didn't get to it in time. All right. Yeah, I think they just tried to stall me, and they succeeded in getting me to waste a shield. I'll admit that. But I got them to waste theirs as well, which is also important. Or waste their Pokemon anyway. They still have a shield, I believe. Oh, jeez. And back to this. No. They're going to go to a Venusaur. All right. Yeah, I pretty much concede this one, but it is what it is. Only because I know Hydro Cannon's going to finish me off in the back. Doesn't matter that I can get to Moonblast because A, they got to their move first anyway. They had it stored up. B, they had that shield. I tried to get to it, but oh well. Maybe I should change it up. Let's see. I could run... I've been running Carbink and Metacham. Here we go. I got to get some practice with Gligar and Swampert. I ran Cresselia a little while ago as well, so... All right, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the good luck. I'll probably post a story on TikTok about how it went. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. That was a lot of fun. Really appreciate it. Man, Togekiss takes out Metacham hard. I don't think I've seen that matchup, really. Did I see it in tournaments? I don't think so. You too, thank you. That was a nice hit. That one felt good. That one I felt. It's just a interesting team they're running. Togekiss, Entei. They had Boldor. Not so much anymore. And I don't know what they're trying to farm up for. I haven't used both my shields yet anyway. So that's just strange to me. Obviously, I'm going to use one here. And why not just throw Hydro Cannon just to finish it off? Just to be on the safe side, make sure they can't get to another move. There it is. Sweet, sweet victory. That was a 4-in-1 set. Love to see that. That's been my best set so far tonight. Oh, it gave me a Carbink. Let's go. Yeah, Pineapple, definitely. I need to restock on Pokeballs, though. I forget how far back Carbink actually sits. I think I'm going to run that team again. Which one was that? That was Swampert in the front, I think, right? No. Who was in the front? Metacham in the front. That's who it was. The shiny Obstagoon. Is anyone a fan of shiny Obstagoon? I really like the colors. I really, really like that. Would you call that a teal? I feel like that's a teal. Kind of just farming down right now. Because I was tearing through the Obstagoon anyway. Like, it's basically donezo. I actually have not gotten to face off with a Clodsire yet. This is my first chance getting to face one. And man, it is tanky, apparently. Has anyone else had to deal with Clodsire? Or does anyone run a Clodsire? Alright, I'm going to shield here just because I want to try and get this thing out of here. Because I don't trust it. Dang it. It's alright, I still have... a couple things I can do here. I did not want to lose Medicham with all those moves there. Whatever's in the back has nothing stored up, so... basically, this is my battle to win or lose. I am firmly in the driver's seat here, which is nice. I'm just going to chip away. Because, like, as soon as Medicham comes in, it's going to be move after move after move. And it didn't even matter. I hit it with the power-up punch just to end it. Knock it out cold, you know? Oh, it didn't end it. I still needed to hit one more. There we go. That's only my 30th win this season. That's so bad. That's so bad. It's not even like I have a bad record either. I just haven't played much. Which team was that? So I want to keep running. As long as that team's winning, I want to keep running it right now. Ooh, good old Charizard. I'm actually wearing a Charmander t-shirt. Or I was earlier today. I forgot that I changed my shirt. But I was rocking some Charmander earlier today. Right, I'm going to get this hit off. And switch. I'll be honest, I didn't realize that Overheat does that much to Swampert. At least not to my Swampert. Mainly because I don't think I've seen people stay with Charizard when they see me put in my Swampert. They usually make the switch. This person actually stayed with that, which was interesting. I guess that's the stuff you don't realize when you don't play much for an entire season. Yeah, this is not going my way now. Because I got two Pokemon with Ice Punch with a Charizard still in there somewhere. wait, no. Why was I thinking that I was running? Never mind. I thought I was running my Alolan Sandslash team for a second. Go figure, they run an Alolan Sandslash. Of course they do. And theirs is not the shadow like mine is. Well, alright. Let's run this one. Carbink, Cresselia, and Alolan Sandslash. So literally the rest of my 6 that I ran. This is the team that I ran Peoria Regional Championships with. Aside from one. The Cresselia is actually a new Cresselia that I just got in a trade the other day. I upgraded the Cresselia that I was running before. But otherwise, this is the team that I ran Peoria Regional Championships. I did all right. I lost my first round. I went 2-0 against my second guy in the loser bracket of the first round. So I went on to the second round of the loser bracket. And then I faced Zimmy Kid. And Zimmy Kid's a great trainer. Big shout out to him. He actually kept me on his friends list, which was awesome of him to do. And invited me to 2 Palkia raids this past weekend. Not long ago, I think it was Knoxville. He made it to day 2, which is super, super tough to do. So shout out to Zimmy Kid. Really good trainer. I'm definitely pulling for him the rest of the way this year. Because I will not make it out to another regional championship. I already know that. So he is probably the person I'm pulling for. He did 2-0 me, but... And it's funny that my Alolan Sandslash is in right now. I had my Alolan Sandslash and I had pulled it in the battle and made a safe swap to something else. So it was sitting in the back with both moves charged. I forget what his last mon was. But I meant to hit Drill Run, and I accidentally hit Ice Punch instead. Drill Run would have finished off his team, and I would have actually gone up 1-0 going into match 2. And he even said, oh, you hit the wrong button, didn't you? I was like, yeah. But even just coming close to taking one match in the official regional off a guy that I've watched on stream was crazy. Because I don't think that I'm very good at this game, to be honest. But I enjoy doing it. And I enjoy going to regional championships because they're very, very fun. And you meet all kinds of amazing people and see all kinds of things and all kinds of merchants that you can buy stuff from. I bought some PSA graded Pokemon cards. I actually got my first PSA 10 card at Peoria this year. And I'm absolutely in love with it. It's a Mount Coronet gold card. It is gorgeous. It is probably the prettiest trainer card I've ever seen. Wow, that was a close one. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but I also didn't know if I was going to win that one. I mean, I thought it was going to be not close and in the other direction. I thought I was going to lose that one pretty handily. So to come all the way back around is pretty cool. Already don't like this matchup. And swap. There's not really a good matchup there, but at least knowing that they've got the Altaria, like any of my Pokemon will take this thing out. Whether it's Rock Slide or Ice Punch, which 2 of my Mons in this line have Ice Punch. Of course, Carbink has Rock Slide. Yeah, this Altaria didn't stand a chance. That was an odd move, in my opinion. Because, like, whatever, I'm just going to take it out anyway. And he'll go back to the well. That's fine, because I can use a shield here. You know, in this game, it can be really interesting, right? It can be really interesting what decisions people make and what their strategies are, because there's a number of different ways to play it, right? Again, interesting, because like Drill Run. And I want to get through this Registeel. So I am perfectly fine using both my shields. Then again, I think they use both of theirs too. Okay, so they hadn't used one yet, but I still got to Drill Run, so they're going to probably burn through it here because they know that they've got... Yeah, they used it there. But again, that's fine with me, because Carbink's going to take out the Registeel. Just going to hit a Rock Slide. So now it all comes back down to Azumarill. Is it going to be like Bubble Beam? Play Rough. Okay. Interesting. Because I'm going to hit Moonblast. And we'll see what we will see. Huh. Interesting. I wonder, did they have a water move? Because if they had a water move and they used Play Rough instead, that move doesn't make any sense because I didn't have shield anyway. That would have finished me off. I wonder. Did anybody play Sinnoh Tour this past weekend? I was out for 17, no. Well, no, it was a combined 16 hours. So I was out for 15 hours because I did not go out on the last hour of Saturday. I kind of came home early and did some stuff here, but the rest of the weekend I was out so much. Saturday was cold and just not great here, so like I still played with my friends and we still went around, but we mostly stayed indoors during it. I'm just throwing stuff to throw it right now because I mean, neither one of these attacks is going to really do much. I'm kind of in a pinch. This is a desperation. I could get to another move. Good. type of move. I'm the type that likes to just chip away when I can. But yeah, I got a lot of really great stuff this weekend. I was real excited. I got the 15-15-14 Origin form Dialga, which is the functional hundo, which means that it's essentially the same stats because of rounding as the regular hundo, as the 15-15-15. And I got enough XL candy that I can max it out. I am thinking of waiting, though, to actually do so. I just don't have enough Stardust right now. I've burned through Stardust trying to get stuff ready for the tournaments that I've started to do. But I also want to wait because I have a feeling that just like last year when we saw Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre in Hoenn Tour, and then again for GoFest when they released Mega Rayquaza, I have a feeling we're going to see the same thing happen with these two come back at GoFest, plus Arceus in some form. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what they're going to do with all the plates and how Arceus is really going to work, because we already saw, if you did play, that Origin form Palkia and Dialga got their own sort of specialized, I think they're called adventure attacks or something like that, or adventure effects, if I'm remembering the name right, where Dialga got Roar of Time and Palkia got Spatial Rend. I wonder if they're going to do something like that with Arceus. And how will the plates play into that as well is another thing I'm kind of wondering. Okay, we got another winning round, and wait, why am I putting a golden Raz? I don't need a golden Raz for this. It's a reward. Never golden Raz a reward. They are guaranteed catches. Do not waste your golden Razes. Save them for legendary raids. That is the floor. Wow. And I thought the last one was bad. All right. That is a 10-10-10. Oof. It is what it is, but technically it's as rare as if I had gotten the hundo. So it's funny. I went out and tried to catch as many of the party hat Pokemon as I could today, because I don't have a hundo of any of the original 3 starters from the Kanto region. I don't have a hundo Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur, and I really want one, and I don't even care which one, to be honest. Preferably, I would like it to be Charmander for the Charizard. But it doesn't even need to be. I just want one of them. And what ended up happening, because life is funny that way, I did get a perfect. Wow, I went right to the earthquake. Okay. Well, that sucks. So I did get a perfect. It was the perfect 000 Squirtle with the party hat. They went right to the earthquake again. That is an interesting, bold move. I like trying to figure people out. Like, I try to understand and get in my opponent's head or their headspace and try to figure out what their plan is. And sometimes I just can't figure it out. Wow. You saw I clicked Ice Punch like a handful of times there, right? All right, desperation power up punch. Let's do it. Come on, Medi. Does anyone else do that? Do you refer to Medicham as just Medi sometimes? Because I refer to it as Medi all the time. I think mine's a female, but I don't remember. But I always call her Medi. Like, come on, Medi. You got this, Medi. And I don't really do that with my other Mons. Like, Cresselia gets the full name, Cresselia. Partly because it reminds me of New Girl. If anyone watches New Girl or watched New Girl, I should say. Because, unfortunately, it's not around anymore. But... Let's run this team. Medicham, Cresselia, and Swampert. That's actually an interesting set of moves. That covers a pretty good spread. Because I've been running quite a bit with A/ and Medi. And they both have the Ice Punch. Yeah, that didn't do much. It's okay, though. They got their effect on there, though. But I'm going to hit this dude with some grass knot. No? Okay. So much for that plan. It's all right. I did the same thing to them. Yep. Which is actually a pretty big bummer because, like, I needed that. I needed to hit grass knot on the Mantine. I never know. Is it Mantine or Mantine? Can anyone in chat confirm one or the other? Because I never really knew if it's Mantine or Mantine. And I'll be honest, by the time that particular Pokemon would have been in the anime, I don't even know if it's in the anime. I was already not watching. Although, in honor of today being Pokemon Day, I did watch the episode of the very last series when Ash finally wins and beats Leon. And it was a cool nostalgia trip, to be honest. Like, I've watched episodes of the Indigo League with my students as an adult now. And that's been really cool because, like, I grew up with the Indigo League. I can remember when I was a little kid, my dad watching the Indigo League with me. Not because he knew even what it was, necessarily. But I remember one Christmas morning, I was the only one up. It was me and my dad. And I was in the kitchen. We had this little TV in the kitchen. Just this, like, tiny one, you know. And he would normally watch the news as he's having breakfast, basically, is the reason it's there. And then he'd go to work. But that particular morning, obviously, he's not going to work. So he let me watch what I wanted to watch. And he's like, I'm just going to watch the news whenever. I'll read my newspaper, whatever. But it's Christmas morning, you watch what you want to watch. And I watched Pokemon. Mantine, thank you. I've been wondering. I've been pronouncing it Mantine for so long, and I've been so unsure of that. But this one particular Christmas morning, it was the episode where Ash and Misty and Brock go to that town where, like, Pinsir and Scyther, I think it was, were fighting each other, and Pikachu's walking around with the little ketchup bottle, and my dad is just like, what is this? It's like Pikachu's crying because Scyther broke the ketchup bottle. And, like, you have to remember, this was, like, early 90s. Well, not early 90s. Probably, like, 97. So, wrong. Not early 90s. I misspoke there. Oh, that could have been... well... Oh, well. But my dad was just very confused what I was watching. Because he had no frame of, like, reference. Does anyone else in chat do Go Battle League? Do you have any particular Pokemon that you like using? Or if you do main series, like maybe you've got Scarlet and Violet, do you have any that you've been running as you've been getting your gym badges and everything? I actually, when I went through Scarlet and Violet, I went with Violet because purple. Little ace joke, but that's also why I went with it. Because that, and because I liked Miraidon better, personally, than Koraidon. I like Miraidon better. But my main Pokemon that I went through basically the entire game with, aside from my Fuecoco that eventually evolved to Skeledirge, but I used a Mischievous the whole way through. And I told my buddy about it, and he thought it was the weirdest mon to use all the way through the game is a Mischievous. I'm like, I don't know, it worked. Mischievous slaps. But, like, actually, that is such a good mon, and it does not get the credit it deserves. But also, I mean, my name is Patrick. I have very Irish roots. And being able to use a very heavily influenced by Irish folklore Pokemon is pretty awesome to me. Because, like... Oh, I misspoke. It was Mismagius that I used. It was a Mischievous, and then I evolved it. But those two Pokemon, that Pokemon family is awesome to me. And I love ghost types anyway. I have so many favorite ghost types, like, I can't pick. Okay. This is going to be a slow burn of a battle, I suspect. But Zap Cannon probably won't do much to me. It'll be Focus Blast, and that's what they're going to go with. But they're going to have to still, chip away. And that's assuming they even are running a Registeel with Zap Cannon. Focus Blast is not going to finish me here. Leaves me enough that I can battle through. Get up to... Can I get... Nope, but I'm going to shield. I don't know if I have enough to get to Moonblast. To even try it. Nope, missed it. Oh, well. How many more battles do I have in this one? That's 3. I'm 0-3, jeez. I'm going to take a short catch break. Clean up the area a little bit. Hisui and Lilligant. That's a cool one. I like that. I can't wait for that to make its way into Pokemon Go, too. Did you watch the Pokemon Presents this morning? I'm so excited about the new Legends game. It looks so cool with what little we know. But I love the idea that if it is true that it's going to be set in the future, I love that. I think that could be really, really cool. And I think it bridges the whole Scarlet and Violet storyline in an interesting way. Because, like, when we went to Hisui, we went back to the past. And if you got Pokemon Scarlet, you went back to the past in the 0 point. Or Area 0. Yeah, it's going to be so cool. But yeah, I like how they're using like the past and the future as story elements in now the last 3 games, counting this new one. I want a Hundo Charmander from this so badly. Of course, I got the Nundo Squirtle earlier today, because this game likes to taunt me sometimes. But nothing 3-star since that Machoke. I will leave the Bidoof. The Bidoof can chill out for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I think I will run the Medicrest Carbink team again. Did you hear about the another thing that they mentioned in the Pokemon Presents was a new mobile game for trading card game. And you can open packs, you can trade them, you can play quick games, but it is the trading card game, and the graphics on the full art are like interactive. They look really cool. And they said that it's going to be 2 free packs a day that you get from it. Now, I don't know if that's going to be like a 3-pack of cards type of thing. Like, you only get 3 cards out of it, and most of them are going to be not anything special. You get like a Sneasel. And this is coming from somebody that absolutely loves Sneasel, but if you're trying to build a deck, it's not going to work out for you. But it looks really cool. If it is like a full pack, and you're getting like, is it 11 cards, if I remember right? Then that could be pretty cool. Because then you're getting 22 cards a day, like W's. Oh, really? I started last summer to try and sort my cards by region and by Pokédex number. Oh, no. I got through my Kanto cards, and then I was like, I can't do this. Because I know I'm going to buy more cards. So, like, that's already doomed for me. Just like I'm feeling in this particular battle right now. But then again, I've thought that in other ones as well. This Azumarill's just got my number, though. I think what I'm going to start doing is just start putting them in. And that's that. Like, maybe I'll sort by year of the card. Because then if I add more cards, for the most part, they'll go to the end of the line. And I don't have to do all that shifting back around again. And if they're doubles, I just patch them in again. See, I don't think that that's a bad idea either. Sorting by type. Type, numbering, and card art. Yeah, I don't think that that's a bad idea. You know, whatever works for you is, like, that's your thing. I love that for you. However makes it look good for you, and you can find what you're looking for, and you can find your cards where you want them. That's cool. I have absolutely nothing to stop this Bastiodon. This is bad. Oh, that is not the Mon I wanted to see in the back there. Yep. I kind of want to show off a couple of my favorite hundos. So the next set, I might run Master League. Even though, like, yes, I am practicing because I do have a tournament this weekend. And I'm way out of practice. Oh, I can't believe you didn't shield there. But I do have a really fun line of hundos that I really, really love. See, as powerful of a lineup as my Pokemon actually are, because they are very meta, all 6 of them. I feel like my one biggest weakness is water types. Because aside from Cresselia, what do I really have that stops a true water type? And that's really only because of Grass Knot. Like, I guess Alolan Sandslash does well. But... oh, geez. This one's gonna hurt. Oh, gee. And they've got both shields. I can't even get to Rock Slide. Oh, man. My, oh my. I did not just go 0-5 that set. Ugh. Are you kidding me? That was bad. Where are we at for this season? 32 out of 49 is still pretty good. Yeah, the last couple seasons, I did not play much. That's sad. That's bad. That's real bad. I'm also hoping by doing streams that'll get me more motivated to actually play more and battle more. But yeah, so I'm going to run a trio of hundos here that are all maxed out. Dragonite, Shundo Landorus, by the way. That is actually a shiny 100% Landorus. And Kyogre. Both of those, awesome stories. The Landorus was caught in a remote raid. That wasn't actually that far away, so like it's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is it was the day that the shiny was released. So date-wise, that is literally the oldest possible Landorus, which I can only imagine such a small percentage of people actually own. So I'm really proud of that one. And the Kyogre was also a remote raid. And it was the only Kyogre I could do that weekend. But that was the weekend of Hoenn Tour in person in Las Vegas. And a friend of mine was over there and she sent me a raid invite. And I happened to get the hundo in that one opportunity. So that was pretty awesome. Because it actually does say on there that it's, you know, that it's from Vegas on that day. It does not say that it was Hoenn Tour, though. But, like, you see that date, you see that it's a Kyogre, you see that it was in Vegas, you know that it's Hoenn Tour. So it's pretty awesome. I love that Pokemon so much. I went hard last year at both Hoenn Tour and Go Fest to finish getting enough candies to max it out. I was determined that I was going to do that. And then again this year I do the same thing because I get the functioning hundo of Dialga in origin form. Whoa, speaking of origin form, wow. Somebody just busted out the Palkia. Like literally as I'm talking about origin forms. It's weird. I have such a good memory about like where and when I caught Pokemon that were special to me. But I can't remember to like check the mail and stuff like that. Like the most basic adulting things. This is why I don't run Master League much. Like, I have some Pokemon that are really good for it, but there's so many others. Hey, welcome. Good morning. It's actually, here it's night for me, but good morning to you. Thank you for joining me. I'm probably just going to go back to Great League after this battle, because I do need to get the rest of my practice going for this weekend. Oh, that's right. They had the Palkia in the back still. Was that Spatial Rend? That looked so cool. I don't know if that's what that was, but it looked cool. You know, have I led with a Swampert yet so far tonight? I don't think I have. Yeah. That's its default emote, so to speak. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to have you here. We're just kind of vibing, playing Pokemon Go. Talking aroace stuff if anybody wants to discuss any topics. Otherwise, we're also talking about Pokemon, celebrating Pokemon Day, which is, in my time zone anyway, it still is Pokemon Day. Which is the 28th anniversary of when Pokemon Red and Green, not Blue. Not Blue. Blue was, I don't know the real story. My understanding of it is they felt that Green wasn't going to sell well in America or outside of Japan at least, so they decided to use Blastoise instead. But so we are celebrating that as well. That's why I wanted to start doing this tonight. I've been toying around with the idea of playing Pokemon and chatting about Arrow and Ace topics. So I'm excited to actually try it. And I'm having fun. This is fun for me. I love Shadow Greninja. It is so cool to me. I have to shield for sure, because that Hydro Cannon will mess me up. I'm thinking for my future thumbnails, I'm going to put an Aerodactyl and a Cinderace on it. I think I mentioned this earlier. Cinderace, sadly, is not in Pokemon Go yet, and I'm kind of annoyed that they skipped that generation of starters. Yes, I got to the Power Punch. Is it going to be enough, though, is the question. Because I don't remember if they had a shield or not. It's not enough. Oh, come on. Oh, well. Let's see. What do I want to practice with next? I've done quite a bit of Cinderace. Or, not Cinderace. Now I'm saying Cinderace, even though it's not in this game. Quite a bit of Medi. But Medi's on most of my lines. Let's do this one. Carbink, Cresselia, and Alolan Sandslash. Good coverage on this one. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'd love to find more Arrow Ace Pokemon people. Arrow and Ace Pokemon people and Arrow Ace people who love Pokemon as well. I think that could be a really fun addition to what I'm doing already with my videos and adding some personality to them by doing some stuff with Pokemon, by doing stuff with some of my other interests. Yeah, that's true. I've been seeing the same thing with Sylveon. Sylveon's such a pretty Pokemon. I love all of the evolutions, to be honest. But Sylveon is wonderful. I love that Pokemon so much. Personally, I'm an Umbreon person, but I do really like Sylveon. That's just my taste of emo music poking out when it comes to Umbreon. Like, that's the Warped Tour kid that never grew up poking out when I talk about Umbreon. Because I was trying to think what would be a good Pokemon for arrows, for aces, and overall for arrow aces. I've seen people do stuff with the arrow ace flag with Weasel. Gengar would be cool, yeah. We got the purple in there. I was also thinking like Noibat or Noivern. Kidding, but kinda, yeah. I like the idea of Noibat and Noivern because they're dragon types. So you got that going for the ace folks. And they're both purple. But then for the arrows, the shiny is green. Right? I love Noivern. I think I'm not actually gonna use it, but I think I've got one. I've started building this tag down here of potential A-Spec related Pokemon, and I have a Noivern ready to go if I wanted to run it. It's in there. Some of them are just shadows just because like the purple like glow. The Charjabug is really good, but I need a lot more Stardust to power it up right now. And Articuno, again, I haven't run that before. But yeah, some of these would be really, really good to run. But let me get back up here. We're going to put Carbink back in there. I've now seen both the shiny and non-shiny Obstagoon tonight. And just as I talk about a shiny, here's a shiny Azumarill. It's probably going to go with Play Rough, but yep. Still, Play Rough wasn't going to hit me that hard. And I got to get with Grass Knot here. Oh, I missed that one. Dang it. Again, I'm a little surprised they didn't... An arrow. That was a fun arrow pun. That could work. There is, I forget how to pronounce it, aromantic or something like that. Which is like a very... I'll pull it up after this because I actually have one. Trying to think of how to describe it. It's very like pink and it does like this pose. It's a cool Pokemon, but any aroace trainers? That's a good question. I don't really know. I feel like there probably are. But then again, romance isn't typically that explored in the anime. I think if I had to guess, just thinking back on the original anime, for instance, I would say Erica, maybe? I know people have theorized about Ash, but also like I don't really know many of the later seasons. And I thought there was romantic interest for him. I just don't remember their name. It wasn't Misty, but it was somebody in later seasons was supposed to be. Yeah, she's one of the gym leaders in the Kanto region. She's the poison gym leader. I remember her having like a Venonat. Oh, we got some Pokemon to clean up. I'm going to show you that. Here's the Pokemon I was talking about. Aromantic. Aromantic. But the irony is their move is Draining Kiss. So, I don't know. I don't know that it would necessarily work. I actually caught this one on vacation. But then again, like, I'm Arrow, and kissing is something I actually have liked in the past. But yeah, I think the whole point is not that they're an aromantic Pokemon. I'm going to clean up some of these Pokemon real quick. That's a good point. That is a very good point.
It can also be to talk about for arrow people who may be in romantic relationships of some kind. What do you mean? To talk about for arrow people who may be in romantic relationships of some kind. Like in the show, or do you mean like aromantic people IRL? IRL. No, that's okay. I'm just trying to remember my train of conversation. For what to be talked about, though? Like being aromantic? I'm just kind of forgetting what I was talking about at that point. So I get really nerdy about the Kanto Pokemon. Whenever I see a Bulbasaur, like normally, like right there, I was able to refrain from doing it. But normally when I see a Bulbasaur, I do the voice of Bulbasaur from the anime. Like, Bulbasaur! Bulbasaur! So I just, I love them so much. But then for Charmander, I don't do Charmander's voice. I do the voice of the trainer who abandoned him, which is horrible. All right, let's check if anything was good. Nothing. Nothing was 3 stars or better there. I'm going to leave the Bergmite. Oh, we got a new Charmander. Charmander. That's the trainer from that episode. It's so horrible. Because, like, as much of a terrible person as that trainer was, I actually really dig the accent. Like, I actually really like that accent on that character. So I'm not even, like, sure why. It was just... Oh, up against a Carbink. Oh yeah, as a candidate for aroace people. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Another one that I really want to be in Pokemon Go that isn't yet is Alchemy. The cake Pokemon. I think that would be so fun if we could get Alchemy in Pokemon Go. Because that would definitely be an ace Pokemon for people. Like, people would be all over that. Oh, this is another Pokemon that, talking about the Alolan Marowak that I'm facing right now. I have a really good Shadow Alolan Marowak that if things went sideways with my team when the new moves come out in a few days for the new season, and I end up losing somebody off of my team that just doesn't make sense to use anymore, but Shadow Alolan Marowak gets a buff, that would actually be kind of awesome, because I've been dying to use it. I want to use it so bad. It just isn't viable right now. But if it became viable, that would be awesome to me. Did they? I don't think we saw what they had in the back yet, did we? What their third mon is. Oh no, that's right, it was Carpink. Okay. Well, I don't hate this matchup for me either, though. This is actually an interesting matchup. Part of the problem is, though, that Carbink is so bulky. Because you have to get Carbink up to around level 50 for it to be even viable in Great League. Which is still the max that they can even get to anyway. Can I hold on just enough? No. Oh. There was a lot going on in that battle. I think that's my last set for the night. Well, we got to rank 10. So I'll take that. Yes, that was my 5th set for the night. So that is it for me. I'm going to start wrapping it up. I don't really have characters who I headcanon focus for me when I play games. That's fair enough. Yeah, I don't really headcanon a lot. I have a couple that are like near and dear to me. Only because they're characters that I'm already so connected to. My big one, if anyone watches the anime Black Clover, Yuno in Black Clover, Yuno, I had canon as aroace. And I've never seen anyone else say it. But that's like my only one that I created myself. All the others, by all I mean like the 4 others that I think probably are, like Mirda from Brave, or what's another one? I guess Elsa, although I've only seen Frozen like twice. You know, those kind of characters that a lot of people had canon. Like, I accept what they're saying because I trust them as the experts on that. But yeah, Yuno is like mine. But thank you everybody that showed up tonight. It meant a lot to me. Definitely going to be doing this again. Probably, I want to say Thursday. At the time that I was trying to do it, which was an hour earlier. I was having some mic issues at first. So I'm going to try at 7 p.m. Central U.S. Standard Time, which is Chicago time, if that helps you. So Thursday night, I'm going to be back on and doing another 5 sets and talking Pokemon, talking Arrow topics, Ace topics, talking other interests. We can talk music. We can talk pretty much anything. But I definitely want this to be a place where Arrow and Arrow Ace people can all come together and just hang out and vibe and play some Pokemon and hang out. So thank you so much. We'll catch this Eevee for the road real quick. Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. All the best to you. And thank you so much for being here.